Welcome back, guys. It is UFC 294 Fight Week. This is the weekly live chat, the stream we do every single Wednesday evening, amongst the other random live streams that I just jump on a moment's notice. I live stream every single Wednesday night. And to be honest, I think this is going to be a great stream. We're on the verge of UFC 294, a couple days away. And I would never be associated with a live chat that's not the gold or platinum standard. So you can expect a damn good stream tonight. We can talk Makhachev Volkanovski 2. We can talk Khamzat Usman. We can talk Usman's injury, potential injury, rumored injury, however you want to put it. I think I have some unique thoughts on that. It's not something I'm going to make a video about because it's too highly speculative. I feel like it's almost clickbaity based on the information we have. But yeah, here I am. Here I am yet again, couple days out from UFC 294, and I'm pretty excited. I'm cautiously optimistic we don't get a shit card. I hope it's good. I think it will be good. But if you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. If you guys have been watching the channel and all the videos I've been pumping out lately, I might do a video after this stream, depending on what time this stream's over. I have a video that I've been wanting to do that I might pump out at the end of this stream. It won't take me that long to record. I'll save it as a surprise. It might not be out till tomorrow, maybe. But if you guys have been watching all the 294 content, I appreciate you. The views have been good. The full card prediction views have been pretty good for my channel. And if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you because I've gained about maybe 400 or 500 subs in the last week. So, or maybe less actually, maybe like 400, something like that, something along those lines. But if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you nonetheless. And thank you for subscribing to the channel, I guess. Anyway. What's up, Fries? What's up, Tiramisu? Where the heck have you been? I've been here. I thought we agreed to one live a week. Yeah, I know. I decided to. I just decided to go back on it. So, thoughts on Emmett versus Giga being added to 296? 296. It's looking beautiful. I think people are going to overhype that fight. It's a good fight, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that it's not some Apex main event, but I'm not like blown away by that fight by any means, but it's a decent prelim, hopefully. What's up, Joey? Even though we argue, I come to this stream with arms wide open. Yes, Fight Life Nation, I appreciate you, man. Look, I feel like Fight Life, just allowing you to be a viewer of my channel, I've created my own prison. So, I've created my own prison, and that's just what it is. I guess that's my sacrifice for being a MMA YouTuber. But one thing I did see, and I'm going to try, I've messaged you back and forth. I'm going to try to make like maybe a member's video responding to your video. So don't think I forgot. I don't want you, it's just been a chaotic week in general. And I might make an actual new USADA video in general, a more condensed version of what I already made. Just all about timing. But one thing I did hear you say, I haven't watched the entirety, but I've skimmed through and I've watched quite a bit. I've watched probably 60% of it, maybe half, I don't know. One thing I heard you say is, I talked about how they were saying, oh, I'm not going to shit on USADA, and all they did was shit on USADA, to just make them look bad. And you said, oh, you do that to me. I'm going to be honest, half the time it's your arguments. I thought half your arguments were you just trolling me. So that's why I just kind of troll back to like, oh, hey, Mr. Dana White, you've done everything we ever, so that's my take on that part. Half the time, I feel like you're just we've agreed in Discord before and almost said the exact same things, and then you find a way to argue with it. So I've thought a lot of the time that you're almost trolling me. But besides that, we're not in business together. Like what I'm doing is like joking around. It's not like we're in business together, and I'm purposely smearing you after I've elevated you for years and years and years. So I think there's a big difference. So. Gotta say, I predicted Izzy taking a long break. Congratulations, Snag Lord, on the prediction. You must be shadow banned. I haven't seen the content in weeks. Yeah, I'm shadow banned for sure. The UFC's trying to keep me out of the spotlight. The UFC's trying to keep me out of the spotlight. So, that's just the way it is. I'm shadow banned. Someone's going to clip this out and be like, Joey thinks he's so important. Yeah. They've got me good. They've got me good, bro. They've been holding me down. They're trying to silence the channel. I will not be bullied. I will not back down. The UFC, it's me versus the UFC. Nah, let me stop. All right. Anyway. Hello, my friend. We meet again. Hello, my friend. We meet again. Damn it. Let me see something real quick. It's been a while. Where should we begin? I can't believe I forgot that. Did you hear Usman say something popped? I didn't hear it. It sounded like that, but when you read something and then you listen, it's like you almost automatically hear it. So my thoughts on the Usman thing. There's a chance maybe he's injured. I think people are over-dramatizing it, but you're not going to believe this take. Maybe this is the craziest take I've ever had. The way Gaethje and Usman have come out and vehemently denied it has almost made me think where there's smoke, there's fire, to take words out of Dan Hooker's mouth. I truly, honestly, I'm convinced now Usman actually is injured. And the way, I don't know. It's not a real sound argument, but this is just something that just kind of caught me off. The way Usman and Gaethje are just vehemently denying it. It just makes me think that maybe something did actually happen. What people aren't pointing out, forget about what they said. Usman, when he gets up, starts to stumble a little bit, and Gaethje catches him at the waist, right at the tail end of the video. So, but I think it's one of those things where someone types out what they think they hear, and then everyone hears it automatically. Usman has amazing takedown defense. Chimaev doesn't move his head, and Usman's a very crisp boxing and Usman. I got to stop reading right there. But Usman does have KO power. Yo, Joey, just finished some pizza. Gonna play Cyberpunk. Okay. Congrats. What's good, baby? I'm stoked for these fights. I will be streaming on Saturday. So make sure you join me. Make sure you join me on Saturday. Far from the craziest take you've had. I've never had. People say I have crazy takes. I don't have any. All mine are based on logic for the most part. So I just want to say hello again. I do as well. What do you think of this narrative that Chimaev and Makhachev acting like Volk and Usman went there for money? Both Usman and Volk have made more money in the UFC. Well, I mean, it is kind of true. It's definitely true. They're not there because I don't think, I almost want to make a video about this, but I don't want to come off as I'm shitting on Volk because I like Volk. But like the way Volk's talking, and I haven't watched a lot of it. I've just seen clips here and there. So maybe they're taken out of context. But like, it's just like already just building in every excuse in the book. Oh, he said I can't have excuses. He would never do this. It just comes off in my way, in my thought process. So there's no doubt they better be getting paid, and I believe that is the main reason they're there. Not because they believe they can win. I don't honestly, after what I've heard from Volk, I don't think Volk believes he can win. Usman, I'm not sure of because I haven't listened to him because I don't want to listen to Usman. So let's see. Anyhow, sorry, boys. Off topic, but who wins, Conor or Chandler? I don't know, man. I don't know. Conor may bend over and Chandler may just start sniffing. And the next thing you know, boom, Conor with a knee up the middle and KO him. What do you think of this narrative? Already read that. Giga got so hyped over that Edson KO. That he did. From watching the tape, a highly successful Volk changed his ducking stance. He ducked so many times by the Islam fight. I could see a massive head kick KO. It could be. He does duck down and load up. Not as bad as like somebody like Michael Chandler, but he does. All right, Dan Hooker, calm down. Where there's smoke, there's fire. If Usman had a full camp, who would you take? Probably Chimaev still. Up a weight class, I don't think it's favorable to Usman. I think down a weight class is probably 50-50. Ooh, Usman had amazing takedown defense. Okay, I read that. If Usman, what's up, Joseph? What's up, Atticus? What's up, Andy? What do you think about Garbrandt versus Kelleher? I mean, talk about trying. I mean, could the UFC be more obvious with that one? I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy that that they're kind of trying to rebuild Garbrandt, but it's like, okay. It's like, all right. I mean, it's clear what they're doing. I think Cody Garbrandt clearly wins, but I don't trust the chin at all, so it wouldn't shock me if Kelleher chins him. Volk said that this fight was in the back of his head. Basically, he wants to fight back and didn't miss the opportunity by Islam's fighting other opponents. Fair enough. Fair enough. That'll be interesting. What do you think the reason Khamzat hasn't fought in over a year? I think it has to be some type of visa issues or something, but he was in the UK. So I just think there was definitely issues going on. I don't know if they're solved now or what, but there was something going on behind the scenes. I'll tell you that for sure. Volk is not liking anymore. Is not likable anymore. He's full of excuses even before the fight, just like Charles. I don't know about all that. I think that's a bit extreme. Justin Gay Cheese, thank you for the 199. Skipping a meal wouldn't hurt, lad. You're a big boy. Yeah, I do. I wish your mom would stop cooking for me. I mean, these meals that she's been feeding me have just been unbelievable. But thank you for the 199. I appreciate it. I'll put that towards another meal. I'm going to have another meal right after this. I got to have my 17th meal of the day. So thank you for the 199. That's probably not enough. You know, I mean, that's enough to get me a little morsel, but you know, you're gonna have to empty those pockets, bro, with these little bum donations. Your mom would be ashamed of you. So, I have to ask, why do you dislike Holly Holm so much? I don't necessarily dislike Holly Holm. I just think she's a boring fighter that I don't want in a main event ever. Outside of her main eventing, I don't care one way or another. Thoughts on bedtime MMA versus Joey in a theoretical fight? I don't really. I've seen him before in chat. I don't know what he looks like, so I don't know. But I'm sure I would win. Volk becomes double champ. He's the natty of the GOAT of the sport. Okay, well, we shall see. Usman fights are very composed. He doesn't make it crazy. If Khamzat brings the fight to Usman, I would love to see a major counter KO by Usman, like a better Masvidal. That'd be crazy. If Usman just chins him, if Usman just chins Khamzat, that'd be wild and crazy. So, but I don't know if that's going to happen. You think Cody's chin is better now that he's sober? I don't know. I don't know that he is sober. I don't know if that makes your chin better or what. LMFAO, Justin loves looking at a grown men's physique. Yeah, gun to my head, does Justin Gaethje's with the 199 donation, does he pleasure himself to grown men's bodies, to fighters' bodies? I say yes, and I think I live. So I'll leave it at that. Joey went full low tier god. I'll take it. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it. Do you count PEDs on the GOATs list? It's hard. It's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you shouldn't. But then there's some kind of asterisks here and there. Justin, thank you for the 199 again. Get you some Kraft mac and cheese with this, lad. It's just not enough, dude. It's just not enough. It really isn't. It's just really not enough for some Kraft mac and cheese, all right? You must be just living in a poor area, all right? Kraft mac and cheese around here is at least $4.99, all right? And just one box. I'm going to need at least 4 or 5 boxes, and that's just going to be an appetizer. So, damn, dude, you gotta get your pockets up. If you're going to come in here with some bum-ass donations, $1.99 bum-ass donation, you're almost not even worth reading, bro. Yeah, Justin definitely pleasures himself to men's bodies. Barry thinks Holly Holm is super pretty. Thank you for the $2 donation. I'm glad that you. I'm more of a Werner Janaroba type of guy, but Holly Holm, I could see it. She's super muscular. So, Patty Pimlet will lose, but thank you for the $2, Barry. Patty Pimlet will lose, and there's nothing Papa Dana can do to him afterwards. See ya. Dude, I would absolutely love if Tony Ferguson just sleeps Paddy Pimblett. Oh, there'd be not a greater win of this year. There'd be not a greater win this year. I could kill 2 boxes of Kraft like nothing. I gotta get some of the SpongeBob mac and cheese. All right. I was actually watching a YouTube channel where he like eats old food. It used to be he would just open old food, and I randomly got this in my recommendation. It was like I think it had a couple million views, and it was like eating 23-year-old SpongeBob macaroni and cheese, and he was eating it. And he was like, something's a little off, right? And somebody left a comment, asterisk, eats 23-year-old SpongeBob mac and cheese. Quote, something's a little off. I was dying laughing. Joshua Andrews MMA, thank you for the $10 donation. Got to pay the man if you're going to insult him. That'll only get him a sauce at McDonald's and a sweet tea. Yeah, exactly. I mean, seriously. Dude's trying to let me get a hearty meal, and he's giving me like literally pennies. Do I look like a panhandler? It almost ain't worth my time to read 199s. Come on now. But thank you, Joshua Andrews, for the $10 dono. Maybe I can actually get something worthwhile now. We got broke boys in the chat. Here you go. I want to see you get bigger. Dude, another one. Is that really all you got, dude? Is that all you got? I mean, that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. But thank you for the 199. You know, I appreciate the 8 quarters or the 20 dimes. I appreciate it. It used to be that he just ate old food. Who in the world? It used to be that he just opened old food. Let me go find it real quick, dude. It's funny as hell. For some reason, the guy's just naturally hilarious. Old mac and cheese. Why is it not? Oh, here it is. Eating 23. This isn't the one I saw originally. I saw multiple of them. Popular. Okay, that is it, I guess. Eating 23-year-old mac and cheese. But there's one where he eats Blue's Clues mac and cheese too that I saw. Look. He used to just find old foods and open them up and see what they look like, but then he graduated to start eating them. He's got 300K subscribers. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan for sure. I just found his channel recently. I just randomly got it as a recommendation. Here's the titles of his most popular videos. Opening and testing an 85-year-old cream of corn. 55-year-old canned foods. Opening decades-old canned foods. Opening decades-old foods. 90-plus-year-old vegetable soup. But he's getting like crazy views on some of these. Absolutely hilarious. But if you want to go give him a subscribe, it's an interesting channel. Emmett versus Chikadze prediction. I think Chikadze finishes Emmett. I think he finishes Emmett. What camera do you use? Sony A6400. And do you train? Yeah, I wear Venom gear. So I'm basically an elite level athlete in all aspects of MMA. Yeah. What chances do you give Giga to fight for the belt by the end of his career? At this point, less than 30%. Maybe like 10. I would say like 10% at this point for Giga. No, you shouldn't. Do you think any other sport list includes PEDs? That's a big no. Okay, fair enough. Do better? Exactly. Fat shaming the host. Are you done yet? I was waiting to see if he actually had any money or not. You know, just throwing 199, just 199 donos to insult. You got to up that. It's got to be at least a 499, 999. You know, what I find hilarious is, look, these people are like, oh, I'm gonna get him to read it. I genuinely don't. There's no insult. There's absolutely no insult that can ever hurt my feelings ever in a million years. So have at it, but just don't be a bum about it. All right, don't be a bum. 8 quarters for an insult. Come on now. Garbrandt could have put on another bad performance against Brian Kelleher. Imagine he gets chinned. His career's over. If Justin don't donate at least 100, he's a straight bum. I would agree. I don't think he's got that type of money. He probably lives. I would say he probably lives in a family member's basement, and never touched a girl in his entire life. But thank you for the donos, dude. Wasting your money. You should be saving up to get out of your mom's place. If Emmett wrestles, he wins a decision. I don't think Emmett has like elite level wrestling. He's a decent wrestler, don't get me wrong, but it's not like elite of the elite where he's going down just mauling dudes on the ground. Don't think Giga finishes him at all. Okay, fair enough. I think he could on the feet. I think Emmett's old, man. And he's only getting older. He's taken 2 beatings in his last 2 fights. So, smells a little musty in here. Look at these noodles. They're fucking brown. Dude, the best part is when he's eating, he's like, something's a little off. Like, it's 23-year-old mac and cheese. You don't think something's going to be off? I think Volkanovski bet up. I don't even know what that message is saying. You got another job. Glad to see you grinding. Yes. One thing that doesn't get brought up enough, that is if Bellator sells the PFL, Mike Goldberg might be out of a job. The way the UFC dropped him like a bad habit without even a goodbye tribute was embarrassing. I know, dude. I kept waiting at the end of that pay-per-view. Okay, they're going to have Mike Goldberg sign off. And say, that was one of the most embarrassing things I think the UFC ever did. Who does he work for now? Does he work for PFL? So I don't know. Smells a little... Okay, you read that? What's up, Niles? What's going on? All the Muslim fighters in Abu Dhabi going to win? I don't know about all that. Maybe, maybe not. Imagine giving someone money and insulting him. It looks like Lad's using his dad's card. He probably is. But he's gone now. He's hey, look. He spent the entirety of his allowance, which was $5, and he's gone. He was last with Bellator, but I haven't seen him in a while. So why are you saying he's out of a job then? If he doesn't work for Bellator anymore. I'm just asking. I didn't feel like he was working commentary for anyone recently. But maybe I missed it. I do remember him working an event or two here and there, but I don't remember him sticking around for long. Goldie. I miss Goldie. He was a little bit brain dead, but I enjoyed him. Give Mike Goldberg the respect that he deserves. Put some fucking respect on his name. He's better than Michael Bisping. He's better than Dom Cruz. I mean, Joe Rogan's essentially become Mike Goldberg, just a soundboard of info now. Islam said he believes 100% Khabib would beat Sean Strickland. Do you agree? I don't know, man. I don't know what Khabib looks like after a couple years off. So I wouldn't say I 100% believe. I don't think it's far-fetched, but I doubt it. I can see Giga winning with a body kick TKO. Yeah. Have you ever had to work during a UFC event? Not in many years. I've only ever missed one pay-per-view. And it was just a shit pay-per-view. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing a whole lot of work. And I'm working this night. So I did. But nah, not really. He was last with Bellator. Goldie, Mr. Joey back at it again. I guess they split in 2021. Oh my lord. Top 5 commentator quotes. Yeah. Joe Rogan is dollar store version of Goldie now. That he is. I mean, he could be replaced with a soundboard. He literally could be replaced with a soundboard. It's disturbing. It's embarrassing. And that's the world we're living in, I guess. That's the world we're living in now, boys. Emmett versus Giga probably going to be similar to Emmett versus Yair. Emmett needs to stop looking for only haymakers. Yeah, and Emmett's got to pressure Giga bad. Got Chimaev and Volkanovski. Okay, we'll see if Volkanovski pulls off the unthinkable. Are you happy Paul Felder's replacing Joe Rogan at 294? Yes. Joe Rogan off commentary, I don't care who's replacing him. Joe Rogan off commentary is always a good thing. Always a good thing. If Islam wins, he's the GOAT of lightweight, maybe one more win. Yeah, he'll never get the credit he deserves. He'll never get no matter if he beats Volkanovski, starches him out in the first 10 seconds. He won't get any credit for it. They'll say, oh, he beat Volkanovski twice in a calendar year, and Volkanovski took it on short notice. But he's already one of the GOATs, in my opinion, just because lightweight doesn't have really one of those long, crazy winning streaks defending the title, you know? Emmett isn't some elite wrestler, but Giga has bad grappling. Only when he gasses, though. I don't really think you need to be an elite grappler to out-grapple Giga. Yeah, I don't think you have to be an elite grappler, but you can't be 40 years old. But maybe I'm wrong. What am I hearing about Usman having Rice Krispie knees? I think it's a little bit overblown. A little bit overblown, in my opinion. I need a pay-per-view with Rogan, Bisping, and Dom Cruz, and we need Mark Smith as ref and Mike Bell as a judge. Shut up. And Chris Lee to top it all off. How funny would it be if we say we have a surprise commentator and they play the at a finish and no one knew? What do you mean? I'm confused what you mean by that. I thought it for a second there. You were saying bring back Mike Goldberg. Islam needs more than one win to be the best lightweight of all time. More than one win. Charles Oliveira, Volkanovski, then maybe Charles Oliveira again. That would be a crazy streak, in my opinion. One of the best streaks ever. Brian Kelleher is one loss away from fighting at the Mississippi State Fair. I think he was cut already, and they brought him back. A lot of the guys who've been on my cuts video recently got cut today. So, to be fair, Giga isn't exactly a spring chicken. That's true, but it's now or never for Giga. I'm talking about, they say Joe Rogan's the fourth commentator, but in reality, they have a soundboard. You could literally replace Rogan with a soundboard, 100%. You could easily replace Joe Rogan with a soundboard. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. 100%, 150%. And you probably wouldn't even notice. Oh, he's in real trouble here. Oh, she's in real trouble here. The way he's holding that right hand, it looks like it might be compromised. He may be compromised. Oh, he's still throwing it, though. I don't know. The way he's throwing that right, it looks compromised. It just looks I'm thinking it might be compromised, you know? So, Rogan commentates like he's a UFC. He might be not even showing up, dude. He might not even be showing up. They're just showing old clips of him. I was shocked when I remember how old Giga was. Dude's 35. I know. I thought Giga would fight for a belt at one point in time. But I'm not that high on it anymore of that happening. Which card would you be more hyped for? UFC 280 or 294? For me, it's 280. I was more hyped for 280. But 280 was kind of like, yeah. Oh, we need the Muay Thai steel cups in MMA. You know why they banned 12 to 6 elbows? It's because they saw guys breaking center blocks. Volkanovski wins this weekend. Where is he in your GOATS list? Thank you for the 199, Alex. I appreciate you, my friend. I mean, he's right up there. You would have Jones. You have Anderson. You have GSP. He's probably top 5. Volk's probably top 5. Just off the top of my head. Don't get me wrong. But thank you, Alex. I appreciate you, man. Don't get me wrong. I love Islam, but even if he beats everyone until his end of his career, Habib will always be the best light we've ever seen. His aurora was invincibility. Okay, fair enough. But if Islam sticks around and just wrecks the division, you got to give him credit for that. Joe, do you talk UFC with your coworkers, or is it strictly an online thing? Mainly an online thing. Emmett and Chikadze were both seen as legit threats to Volkanovski at one point. Now one of them must be eliminated from contention forever. Emmett's been eliminated for contention since he got waxed by Yair. But I know what you mean. Forever, never, ever chance. I feel like Rogan is not interested anymore in UFC. I agree 100%, bro. 100%. It's sad. It's actually sad. Rogan, the way Rogan was at one point in time, he was, comparing Rogan to who he was many years ago is just night and day. It's just night and day. I cannot believe it. I really cannot believe how different he is compared to what he once was. I work for the post office, and bro, only like 3 people out of 40 care for it. It's more football, basketball talk. Makes sense. Most people that I've ever talked about MMA with, most people are just casuals. You know, not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but it's just like, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? It's just like, I'm not super interested in, like, you know what I mean? It's just kind of usually like dumb sentences, and I'm not trying to be rude to anyone, you know? Just dumb shit like, oh, yeah, I don't like that grappling bullshit. I'm 100% fine with Rogan leaving. I'm done with that know-it-all. Dude, the day Rogan retires, I'm going to be making a video. Being like, thank God Joe Rogan is gone from UFC commentary. Dude's a shit stain. Dude's a shit stain in commentary. He used to be good. But yeah. You remember Joe Rogan on Fear Factor? I vaguely remember that as well. Can't wait to hear 295 to hear Rogan talk about how Stipe is the heavyweight GOAT and John is the MMA GOAT. It's going to be a good time. Once ever. It's crazy how big the sport is, yet nobody watches it. Why can't it go mainstream like NFL or NBA? I don't know if it ever will, to be honest. Dana White always acts like it will. But I think the problem is a lot of people think it's like crazy violent. On top of that, there's just a lot of things holding it back in terms of it's just not something a lot of people, the masses, genuinely want to watch, especially when you have some of these one-sided beatdowns, and then you have these fight night cards. Like, imagine trying to get someone to be a fan and be like, oh, let's watch Yusuf Barboza fight card. Not the main event was still solid, but it's like, okay, I'd rather not waste my Saturday night doing that. So then you got people throwing out homophobic slurs on the mic afterwards. Not that that's necessarily the market, but I'm just saying that definitely isn't good for it either. And it is crazy. I mean, think about how often do you run into MMA fans out in the wild? You don't really. I feel like the majority of like real hardcore MMA fans, you ask them, how many hardcore MMA fan friends do you have? Let's actually ask that to you guys. How many if you consider yourself, let me put it this way. If you consider yourself a hardcore MMA fan in the chat right now, how many hardcore MMA fan friends do you have in real life? How many hardcore MMA fan friends do you have in real life? So your friend is a hardcore MMA fan. I've had one in my entire life, and he's not a hardcore MMA fan anymore. So it's very rare. It's very rare that you do. So, and everyone I've ever met that likes UFC is more, like I have a couple friends that watch UFC, but for the most part, they're either casual or kind of in between, middle of the road, not a complete casual, but not a hardcore, 0, 0, 0, 2. Clipset's got 2. Some dude said 23. I think MMA will eventually reach at least top 3 American sports. I doubt it, but maybe. I literally have 1. That's good. 0. None of my friends like MMA like me. Exactly. My cousin and his friends, so 2. Fair enough. Describe a hardcore fan. You know what a hardcore fan is. 0 hardcore. I got like 7 friends who only watch pay-per-views. Makes sense. Yeah. I think the main reason UFC isn't mainstream is because of the actual violence that happens. Folks do not care to see it, sadly. Could be. Honestly, one, and we never talk. I've met one I've had one friend my entire life that's been a straight up hardcore fan. And those were some good times, for sure. So, 0, I don't know if I'm a hardcore, but I don't have a friend that I can talk about random UFC event. I would consider you hardcore Fight Life, or very close to a hardcore. Like, you're definitely not a casual, dude. I mean, you watch pretty much every event, don't you? The only thing that excludes you from being a hardcore is like I think sometimes you skip events for other things, but I understand. I don't think that. 0, my dad watches. Hey, Joey, only 1. Yeah, so I'm pretty much right. Your voice is sick right now. Maybe I'm sick. I don't know. If you watch this channel, you're probably hardcore. Most likely, but we welcome everyone here. We welcome everyone with arms wide open. With arms wide open, we welcome everyone. I don't care. There's no dumb for the most part, there's no dumb questions. Clear your throat, son. Let me just take a drink. Okay. I don't know if it's bad. I don't know if it's good, but it is what it is. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Maybe it's because I've been recording so many videos. That could be it. How come people love boxing so much? I have no idea. Would Usman get KO'd or knocked out by Khamzat? It's very possible. How many bottles of water could you chug in a row? I could probably chug like 5. I like water. So, I hate that 294 main card starts at 2 p.m. while I'm at work and ends at 5 p.m. exactly when I'll be closing from work. I think it might be time to call out, my friend. I'd be pissed. I'd be fucking heat. I'd call out. I'd quit before I missed UFC 294. That's a real hardcore. Bro, I looked at Tim Walsh's story on Insta today. O'Malley's coach, he was playing Creed, 6 foot. It's called One Last Breath, my friend. That's hilarious. Dude, I swear, we've been making Creed jokes for, 6 months? All of a sudden, I don't know if it's somehow spread out to a more broader audience, but now all of a sudden, all I see is Creed jokes. Maybe I just wasn't seeing it before, and now everyone's, sending it to me. But, yeah. Make a video on how much of a disgrace 295 is. I probably will, to be honest. I probably will. So, well, MMA is an up-and-coming sport. Fair enough. Do me a favor, guys. Like the stream. Like the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, listen, if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 15,000 subs before the end of the year. So if you could subscribe right this very second, if you're not, we're creeping up on 13,000 quick. I would appreciate it if you guys run up the likes on the stream and subscribe to the channel right this second. That's hilarious, though. Tim Welsh is listening to Creed. I swear, we've been making Creed jokes for 6 months. I take full credit for all Creed jokes. I also made a Popeyes mystery box joke a couple, like yesterday or the day before. I don't remember. I recorded the video like 2 days ago. And I seen somebody tweet it out today. Ariel Helwani retweeted it. And like, I'm not taking full credit for it, but it's just so funny. I literally said UFC 294 was like a Popeyes mystery box. You think you know what you're getting, and then you're just getting total chaos. Something along those lines. I posted it on my Instagram story. And I literally died. When I saw that, I died. Like, are all these coincidences? Like, I don't want to think I'm important, because I don't think I'm important at all. I don't think I'm famous at all. I don't think I'm popular at all. Okay, we have a nice little MMA community, all right, of a solid, of a medium size. But it just seems like there's no way. I've been making Popeyes mystery box UFC jokes for what? A year now? So I couldn't believe when I saw that shit. When I saw that shit, I died. I literally died. It literally said, let me go take a look. Yeah, I'm the main character. I know, that's what I knew that what you're going to say. Somebody said, would you buy tickets to a, quote, mystery box UFC card? Oh my goodness. And this is what I said the other day on my top 3 reasons I love UFC 294. You ready? And I've been making this joke for literally a year, but listen. The weird feeling of this fight week, how we kind of just got a mystery box, basically. You know, it's like we went to Popeyes and ordered. They just give you what they want anyway. You know, they don't give you what you ordered. So we got a mystery fight card here, kind of. We just found out. That's right. I was dying, dude. When I saw that, I'm like, mystery box. For those of you who don't know the Popeyes mystery box joke, when you go to Popeyes and you just pull up and order, you say, you know what? Just give me whatever the fuck you want, because that's what you're going to do anyway, you know? Popeyes isn't going to get your order right, so just give me whatever you want. Give me a mystery box. That's all they do is give out mystery boxes at Popeyes. That's the origins of the joke. We've been making that joke for like a year. So, guy whose name I can't pronounce, I'll pronounce the last name as Omoti. Thank you for the $5 Canadian. I would love calling in sick for the main card, but my team leader already called me out on calling sick on Saturdays with big events. Well, tell him to fuck right off. Tell him to fuck off. So, chug 5 bottles now. Look, $500 donation. I got 4.5 bottles right here next to me. I'll drink them all. I'll sell it for that, but I'm going to be pissing for the rest of the stream. Ooh, I just remembered I got some watermelon in my fridge. Joey's going to get dude fired? Oh, well, dude. Look, I'm telling you right now, I would quit and literally be homeless before I missed a big UFC card. Joey's a bad influence. Yeah. Just call in sick and go to the doctors and get a doctor's note. And be like, yeah, bitch, what do you think of this? What do you think of this doctor's note, bitch? Yeah, you got something to say? I don't put salt on watermelon. No, I don't. Popeyes would give you a fried rat. Yeah, they probably do. But thank you for the $5 Canadian, my friend. I appreciate it. I need to pay for this expensive UFC pay-per-view, so thank you for supporting independent MMA media. I really do appreciate it. The channel is the engine for all MMA media. I doubt that, but, you know. John O, thank you for the $9.99. Can I take your order? Yeah, just give me anything. You're going to put whatever you want in the bag anyway. No, it goes like this. For your $9.99, look. You pull up the Popeyes. You're like, no, you pull up the Popeye. Here, imagine you're pulling up to the Popeyes drive-thru speaker. You pull up. This is me pulling up. All right, ready? Here's the speaker. What? Yeah, I'd like to place an order. Go ahead. Yeah, you know what? Just give me whatever the fuck you want and charge me whatever you want, because that's what you're going to do anyway. All right, that's going to be about 45 minutes. Pull over and spot one. That's about what it is, dude. That's about what it is. That's going to be about a 45-minute wait. That's going to be a 45-minute wait. We're waiting on chicken. We're waiting. All we sell is fucking chicken. But we're waiting on chicken. That's going to be about a 45-minute wait. Go ahead and pull over on the spot. And then they forget that you're over there, you know? So, Joey's going to get dude fired. Hey, listen. I'm telling you right now. Do what you got to do, my friend. But worst case scenario, you can just watch it after the fact. Thank you for the $9.99, John O. And then when you get your order, you paid for double what you actually got. Have you seen Shara beat a guy in the mall for kissing his girlfriend? Yes, I have. Disgusting, disturbing. Dude's a weirdo. One time they told me they ran out of chicken. Like, bitch, that's all you sell. That's all you sell. I wish I could turn off commentary and still hear sounds of the fight. I swear you used to be able to do this on Fight Pass. I don't know why they got rid of it. I swear you used to be able to do it on Fight Pass. Popeyes or KFC. I'll tell you right now, anybody that goes to KFC needs to be evaluated. If you go to KFC, if you buy food at KFC, you need to be evaluated. No normal human being would go to KFC ever. I haven't been to KFC, I don't think, in years. KFC's been shit for probably like, I don't think I've been, maybe I've been there like once or twice here or there, randomly. But I don't remember like really going to KFC and being like, damn, yeah, KFC's good since I was a kid. KFC was good when I was a kid. But I feel like KFC going to go out of business, to be quite honest. I tried KFC for the first time in years. It was rubber chicken. You know, the last time I had KFC was when I was redoing my grandmother's kitchen. And she randomly got KFC. She didn't ask. She just picked up KFC. It was me and one of my buddies working on the kitchen. And, I can't be rude. What am I going to tell you? I don't want this shit. And I looked at the chicken. It was the smallest chicken I've ever seen in my entire life. It was the smallest chicken. I said, you know what, Graham? You're in your mid-80s. You bought KFC for lunch. I'm putting you in a home. And that's where she's been ever since. So, KFC evaluation reference. Mike Malott versus Neil Magny in this hairline prediction. Mike Malott. You know, if I'm Mike Malott, I just bring my young children there to the event, and Neil Magny's going to want to beat them instead of beating me. KFC was like fire like 15 plus years ago. Dude, I remember when I was a young kid, KFC was good. It was good. I take all my dates to KFC on the first date. 10 out of 10 always seals the deal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to take your dates to KFC. I'm just going to start going on blind dates, and I'm just going to start taking them to KFC just to see their reaction. I'm like, yeah, we eating in too. Look, when we walk up to the cashier to order at KFC, I'm going to be on a blind date. I'll be like, get whatever you want, baby. That's funny. That's funny as hell. You got food poisoning 4 times from Panda Express? Okay. This is why, honestly, I need to start like a second channel at some point where we just talk about random shit. I feel like I don't know what I would make videos about, but it would be successful, I feel like. Last time I was at KFC, a homeless dude came in and shit on the floor. I don't believe that. Real ones wear Venom gear to the bars on Saturday nights. Yeah, if you go out for the fights and you're not wearing your Reebok fight kit or your Venom fight kit, but it has to have the crypto.com on the front. If it doesn't have the crypto.com on the front, we got issues. So, and that's how you know, you know what I mean? Like some dude bumps into you, they see your Venom gear, they're like, bro, I don't want no problems. And then you're like, yeah, bitch, I train UFC, bro. I train UFC. You ever use a coupon on a date? I'm sure I have. There ain't nothing wrong with saving a few dollars. Bro, that's crazy to say. What did I say that was crazy? I don't remember. KFC is owned by Taco Bell's parent company. That's all you need to know. That explains it. My friend. Dude, Dave's got that fried rat in Discord. I don't know if this is 100% confirmed, But someone just posted in the Discord, apparently Armin versus Dariush is going to be the main event on December 2nd. That's a pretty good main event. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, Mike Malot's going to starch Neil Magny. So, Joey, I agree with a lot of your takes, but Neil Magny Kid 1 is not one. He obviously said something stupid and you're taking it too literally. If you don't like him, just say that. Dude, you haven't listened to my take then. I've literally said exactly what you're saying. I've literally said, even if it's trash talk, it's the worst trash talk I've ever heard. Like, when have I ever said, yeah, I'm 100% confident Neil Magny mercilessly beats his 3-year-old son? I've never, ever said that in a million years. I've said, I don't like that Neil Magny, whether he's being serious or he's talking trash, he's literally making insinuations that he whoops his 3-year-old son on a regular basis. I don't like that. I think it's worth noting that I don't like that. So I don't understand. You're literally telling me, you're basically regurgitating my take to me. You know? I've literally, you can go watch it. It's literally, there's evidence on plenty of video. Even if it's just stupid trash talk, that is the worst trash talk ever. That is the worst trash talk ever. So I have a right to call it out for being a horrible line, horrible trash talk. Imagine he's talking shit and he just says, yeah, I'm going to put him in the north-south position, you know. Let me just stop right there. I'm not even going to try to make an analogy because it's just going to end up wrong. I wish there was a source. I wish the source was MMA Uncensored, probably the most reliable source. I agree. Yeah, I'll beat him like I beat my dick. That would have been better. That would have been better. So I don't get it. His son is 3 years old exactly. I don't understand. I don't understand the massive defense of Neil Magny. I don't understand. Like, if anybody else said that corny trash talk, everyone would be shitting all over him. Everyone would be shitting all over him. You know? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Everyone else would be, anybody else, imagine that was Islam. Imagine that was, you know, Israel Adesanya. You know what I mean? Everyone would be talking about it. The fact is, whether it's true or not that he whoops his kids, it's still a weird and disgusting thing to say. And it's the worst trash talk ever and deserves to be called out as such. You know? But move on already. Oh, God, I can't make an obscure joke in my live stream. Oh, my God. He made a joke about Neil Magny beating his kids. Oh, my. Hey, how old is Mike Malott? How old is Mike Malott? All right, he's 31. Never mind. I was saying Mike Malott, lucky he isn't 15 years old. I think they need to somehow book a fight between Neil Magny and Chase Hooper. And I guarantee Neil Magny will beat the brakes off him. They'll be like, oh, this guy looks like he's 14 years old. I'm accustomed to giving out these types of whoopings. So, yeah, imagine Izzy said that shit. Imagine the outrage if Izzy said that shit. Imagine Jones said that shit. They'd be like, he's got a young daughter. I just don't think that's good at all. Dude's living in the 1940s, I guess. But sure. You act like I just can't. You're just. It's just not a good faith argument to act like I've said like, oh, he definitely does this. No, I've said he said this. I've literally made it abundantly clear he said this. So, if I'm Mike Malott, I bring as many 3-year-old children as I can in my family. You know, if I have, my sister has a couple kids, I got a couple kids. I'm bringing 3-year-olds with me to distract Neil Magny during the fight. He's gonna want to jump out of the cage Khabib style. Imagine you bring your 3-year-old son with you and you're fighting Neil Magny at a pay-per-view and Neil Magny beats you and then jumps over the cage and goes after your 3-year-old son. Oh my goodness. What do you beat a 3-year-old for going in his diaper, Magny and clown? That's exactly it. I don't get it. But even making those types of comments is very weird. But for some reason, apparently that's controversial. Say, look, I don't like people joking about beating 3-year-old children. Apparently that's a bad take to have. Brother Volk stated that if roles were reversed, Islam wouldn't do the same, yet he's still fighting on 12 days' notice. Yeah. I just think it's nothing but excuses. I think it's nothing but excuses. And there's a lot of, I see this, I already see this in the chat. I don't think he meant it like that. There's a lot of reaching. Look, I don't think he meant it like that, or there's no way he does this. Or you don't know that. You don't know that. We have one set of evidence. We have a little bit of evidence that we can go off of and base it off of, and it's the words of Neil Magny. You know, for all we know, he may be actually beating his 3-year-old son. I want an investigation. But it's just crazy that people, and to be honest, like, it's not even something that really should be joked about all that much. Like, I don't even feel right the kind of jokes that I've just ripped in the last 2 minutes. It's crazy to me, though, that people want to defend it. So it's almost like I got to go a little bit harder on it just to kind of piss those people off, if that makes sense. I'll beat you like my dog. Yeah, imagine Izzy said that. You said way worse. Yeah, that's true. I've said way worse. You know? I'll beat you like I beat Censors 987's mom's. Never mind. Let me stop. If Colby wins against Leon, he might get stripped. Of course, he would avoid top contenders. Agreed. It's not even a defense. I'm not the biggest Magny fan, but move on already. How have I not moved on? How can I not move on? How have I not moved on? You act like I'm making videos about it per day. Brother, I believe Volk will start his villain arc this Saturday after this loss on Saturday. I wonder what Dan Hooker's going to have to say. So, that's exactly what I said earlier. Volk is just making excuses. He definitely is. Look at any MMA post about Islam. The top comments are always bashing Islam. Oh, 100%. Islam is the most underappreciated champion. That's why I made that video. I think it was just cringe attempt at trash talk. What rubs me the wrong way is Ian Gary acts like Neil Magny tombstone pile drives his 3-year-old on a daily. I mean, he just reiterated what Neil Magny said. So, I get it. He was just using it to kind of hype up his fight a little bit. I don't love it. I don't love the trash talk, but for all we know, that's what Neil's doing. For all we know, Stone Cold Stunner. His kid doesn't pick up his toys, Stone Cold Stunner. Maybe people elbows afterwards. Fun fact, Rafael Santos has a win over Jorge Masvidal. Does he now? Would you shower the day before the fight? I'm not going to lie. If I was fighting at UFC 294, I'm not showering for like 2 weeks straight. I'm getting you in the north-south, and I'm going to be like, yeah, you like that? You like that? Tap out. So, Joey, do you think Marvin's mediocrity in combat sports is a bad look for the half-orcs in Grant? I don't know what the rest of that is, but yes, I do think it is. I think it's a bad look. Marvin's just not good anywhere. He's just okay everywhere, basically. He's not great anywhere. He's good everywhere. I found anyone else laughing that Chase Hooper versus Jordan Levitt, both guys should be out of the UFC. I don't know. I don't really care for it. I heard that Bilal Muhammad thinks Charles Oliveira had an eye cut intentionally to get out of the Makhachev's fight. I've seen people saying that, but I don't remember. I haven't seen the actual clip. So I don't know. I haven't seen the actual clip because there's a variety of ways that can be taken depending on how he said it. Like, I'm not a fighter, so I don't know. But I feel like there's other people who've had cuts before fights who stay in the fights. I mean, obviously it was a nasty cut, but I'm sure the UFC would have been okay with him stitching it up, getting the stitches taken out the week of the fight, and just dealing with it. I'm sure he probably would have got cleared. I don't know that for a fact. I don't hate him for it. Dude, stop spamming the same message over and over again. But I don't know. I'll have to take a look at it. And just for that, I'm just getting rid of all those messages. Why is Alex called Poetan? Is that his Brazilian name? Yeah, I think so. Sweet Chin Music. Is it weird Magny only fights young up and comers? Maybe he's already accustomed. That's true. That's true. I'm surprised he's not looking for 20-year-olds. Next thing you know, Neil Magny's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to beat him like I beat my dog. I can't imagine the horror of Magny's son faces when his father holds him against the cage to win a 29-28 decision. I remember saying that. Do you think UFC regrets not paying Cedric Doumbé more money. I don't know if they regret it. They probably think it was a mistake, but they probably don't like regret it. Poetan means hands of stone. Fair enough. Bilal is such a crybaby. If Pereira wins the light heavyweight belt, how many defenses to put him second best after John Jones? Probably 3 or 4, I'll say. But really dragged his ass on live TV. That's the part that kills me. Bilal is scared of Usman. Yeah, he's scared of Usman for sure. Somehow it's Islam's fault. Olives pulled out. Makes no sense. I know it makes no sense, boys. I'm imagining Magny saying, I'm going to beat him like I beat my wife, and the crowd does a huge gasp. Yeah, I'm going to beat him like Dana beats his wife in a club in Mexico at 53. Chimaev going to have his hardest fight ever. We'll see. I hope so. I hope it's fun. I hope it's crazy. Do you think PFL is doing the right thing by doing PFL Europe, PFL Africa, and I heard they're doing PFL Asia and PFL South America? I'm sure it's going to help grow the sport in those regions. So, yeah. I don't know if monetarily it makes sense, but I'm sure it'll be all right. Least favorite fighter besides Magny? I mean, Magny's not my least favorite fighter to begin with. Least favorite fighter. I'll say Juliana Pena. It's a great narrative to get your name in the news. What are you talking about? I don't know. Usman isn't out of the fight, right? I heard his knee popped. Yeah, that's just pure speculation. Dricus smashes Khamzat if they give him the chance. I don't think so. I think Khamzat smashes Dricus bad. Can we finally say rip Bellator? I don't think we can yet. I don't think it's official yet, boys. Joey's least favorite fighter of all time is Chael. Yeah, sure. Make it Chael. Make it Chael Sonnen. Make it Chael Sonnen. But there's a couple fighters that I really don't care for all that much. For some reason, people think, oh, you got an axe to grind against Magny. Oh, because I make fun of him for horrible trash talk? Yeah, okay. I think Dricus showed middleweight isn't that good. Agreed. 100%. Dude was getting out grappled a little bit for Darren Till. Yeah, Juliana really went south after Nunes retired, said some dumb shit. Who's dumber, Tito or Magny? I'll say Tito's definitely dumber. Wait, what's going on with Bellator? Supposedly it's being bought by PFL. Speculation, there's a video of him saying it's pop. It's not 100% clear. So, it's pure speculation. You're always going to hear what somebody types before you listen to it. It'd be interesting if Beneil and Arman main events December 2nd, 5 rounds can change the fight. It'll be very interesting. I'm looking forward to that fight if it happens. PFL is looking great by taking everything UFC does good, improving everything UFC does bad. I don't know if they're exactly doing that. I feel like PFL, I don't know, there's a lot of problems with PFL, you know. 296 is so stacked, can't wait. In my opinion, best pay-per-view of the year. We'll see if it all stays together, but yeah, it's a really, really delicious looking pay-per-view. Yeah, no elbows in PFL, F that. Yeah, that is horrific. UFC needs ref vision and leg reach. They did ref vision for a little while, but they got rid of it. I guess they never really used the camera angles, so. They never really used the camera angle, so I guess they said, you know what? We're getting rid of it. One of my biggest pet peeves is fans who even criticize fighters who are medically pulled. Khamzat was talking about Costa pulling out. What was he supposed to do? Yeah, I agree with you. There's sometimes there can be criticism to be had, but in this case, it's not. I actually got to make a video defending Paulo Costa Fight Life. Do you remember me talking about that? I teased that in the video. I think Costa gets too much shit. Do you remember me talking about that? The pace in PFL is horrendous. I know that's what kind of turned me off from watching it. William Knight about to be a main event replacement for 296? I hope not. Paul had every reason not to fight. What are your thoughts on weight cuts? I'm not a massive fan of big weight cuts. You know, I don't think... You know, I wish guys fought at their more natural weights. Make a video about how bad the state of women's bantamweight is? Maybe. It's nuts how Costa gets so much backlash, but not a peep for Olives. Dude, the UFC did this to Costa. The UFC and their blatant propaganda did this to Costa. And I've talked about it at every turn. Run up the likes on the stream. Yeah, if you guys can run up the likes on the stream, I would appreciate it. And again, subscribe. Let me throw that up there real quick. There you go. Look. Do that. I'm trying to get to 15K before the end of the year. We basically got 2.5 months. to get a little under 3,000 subscribers. I think we can pull it off, boys. I think we can pull it off. So subscribe if you're watching right now. Double check. The fact people are criticizing Costa is crazy. They have not seen his elbow. 100%. And they're saying, cut Costa. Cut Costa. Costa pulls out so often. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. It's not. He hasn't pulled out of. He's pulled out like one fight. But the UFC would have you believe otherwise. Do you believe Michel Pereira when he says he was cutting 46 pounds to make welterweight? What I saw at middleweight, I honestly tend to believe it. I tend to believe it. Joe, you parlay in your house on Walker, Volkan, Usman? Absolutely not. It's crazy that Costa went life and death with Luke Rockhold. I actually picked Luke Rockhold in that fight, and I was almost right, boys. I was almost right. How many people say cut olives? Exactly, no one has. Costa pulled out at least 5 fights. Go look it up. Then you don't know the history of the sport then. You don't know the history of the sport. The UFC was in contract negotiations with Paulo Costa. They announced fights to put pressure on him to sign the contract that he did not want to sign. When he did not sign the contract, therefore did not sign the bout agreement contract, then they said, oh, well, this fight's canceled. Paulo Costa never accepted those fights. So, just got here. You did the predictions. I have multiple videos on the channel breaking down all the predictions. But if you have a prediction you want to ask me, sure. I love olives, but I'm sick of the victim mentality fans have for him. I mean, I don't know about all that, but I don't really pay super close attention to that type of stuff. But it's definitely like, I think it's more of a, they just hate Islam, to be honest. Oliveira fans are horrible. I'm a huge Oliveira fan. Usman versus Khamzat prediction. I have Khamzat by second round TKO. I have a full breakdown and prediction on the channel of about 15, 16 minutes, 17 minutes. And I also have a full card prediction video on the channel as well that you can check out at any point in time. And it's a straight up banger. So I have my entire UFC 294 playlist on the on my YouTube profile. You can click on it, go to my YouTube channel. Boom, right there at the top. Let me just make sure that I added everything to there. Yeah. UFC 294 right at the top. I got so much UFC 294 content, it's not even funny. So, is it just me, Joey, or have you cut down on individual fight predictions outside the main and co-main? No, it's not you. It definitely have been, because the full card predictions take a lot of time. So once I do the full card predictions, I don't like to put out any prediction videos past Wednesday because it's like it doesn't have enough time to get views and most people are searching early in the week for prediction videos. So I do the big ones. I try to do the big ones. Like typically for like UFC 294, I would have liked to done more. I would have liked to done Magomed Ankalaev, Johnny Walker. And that would probably been the only other one I would have done, to be honest, like if it was before. But now, since I have the full card predictions with timestamps, I don't do as many as I should, because I don't have the time. That's why I said full card predictions were like, I always kind of push back on doing full card picks, because it just, like, you know what I mean? If I'm really going in depth like that, it's like I need to research it, which takes me a lot of time. So I hope that makes sense. But I hope you've been enjoying. Have you guys been enjoying the full card picks? I like doing them, to be honest. I wish I would have done them sooner, but I like doing the in-depth predictions as well. That's why I did for main and co-main. I did the in-depth prediction videos. I have both those out on the channel. But yeah, you got my full card picks now, at least. I can easily send you to that video. I heard they're doing the weigh-ins tomorrow. I don't know. 7 a.m. start time in the West Coast is wild. Got to wake up to watch somebody go to sleep. Fair enough. I don't know. For some reason, I had a mindset Rockwood's chin would be a bit more refreshed because of the time off, and thought he would out-grapple Costa the decision. Yeah, I mean, you can go back and watch my prediction on the channel. I thought Luke Rockhold could get it done. Luke Rockhold's got some of the best top game. But if it wasn't in Utah, who knows what would happen. I think Chimaev can win anyway. I actually said that exact same thing in my prediction video. Proper Mike liked my post on IG, so now we're rooting for Proper Mike against Magny and his hairline. We have to root for Proper Mike, I guess. Dude said, Volk Costa pulled out at least 5 fights. Look it up, you casual. Joe, do you think the Volk will get the dub this Saturday? No, I do not. Best top game in the UFC? Right now, probably Islam, honestly. But at one point, it was probably Luke Rockhold. I literally saw so many comments saying Islam is avoiding lightweights. That's crazy. I'm here for all the vids. Joey, my faves are always when you break down specific fighter situations in your cuts video. When you say break down specific fighter situations, which ones are you talking about? Give me a couple examples. I think I know what you mean, but I'm just curious. Yeah. If you ask Justin from the chat earlier who has the best top game, if you ask Justin's mother, her answer would be me. My picks are almost the same as yours, but I got Trevor Peek and Volkanovski. Best top game in the women's division? Tatiana Suarez, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. That's what I would say. Best bottom game? Yeah, sure. Sure. I want Islam to get the next welterweight title shot. It'd be mad fun to see him skip a law. Do you know the amount? I got to make a video. That's a good video. Maybe I can make that tonight or tomorrow. That's actually, if Islam beats Volk and says, I want a welterweight title shot next, do you know the amount of shit he's going to hear? Do you know the amount of shit that he's going to hear? He said, oh, he's ducking lightweights. He's ducking Oliveira. For sure. That might be a video idea right there. Because if he asks for the welterweight, title shots, tell me they're not going to say Islam's ducking people. Oh, he wants a welterweight title shot off of a short notice Volkanovski win. So, I think that might be a video idea I can do. Is everyone picking Volk? Because that's all I'm hearing. It seems like people like to have the. I think people are looking at past results and realizing how shocking certain wins are. And so they're like, okay, well, I'm going to pick the upset now because there's been a lot of upsets happening. I'm humble enough to say Tracy Cortez would finish me in the first 2 minutes. Fair enough. Fries, I sent Joey a pick on Discord that I'm going to send to you. Hold on. Luke Rockhold's got some of the best top games. I'm done. In your video, you should mention if they don't believe you, just read the top like comments whenever. I don't need to go that in depth, but I can maybe casually mention that. But I don't know what I'm doing. I already got other videos I want to do, and I don't have enough time. You like Islam? I heard he had the best top game. Yeah, he does. He does. If valid to give Islam shit for welterweight title shot because he needs to fight Justin or Charles, but I like the idea of him fighting Leon versus Colby winner. I mean, with the way shit's going on now, I mean, how is it valid? I mean, other guys getting title shots have less deserved title shots than Islam would at welterweight. Islam deserves a welterweight title shot right now more than Colby is, and Colby's getting a welterweight title shot. So, I don't know how you can criticize. The kid's done everything we've ever asked of him. Islam is legit my favorite fighter, and I hope he finds Justin next and then goes to 170. Yeah, and Justin's already lost 2 title shots. So I don't even believe the narrative that Justin's earned. He's definitely earned a title shot. I mean, he's lost literally. Like, are we going to have the same guys fighting for the title for the next 5 years? I mean, think about how lucky the lightweights have gotten. So, Gaethje's 3-2 in his last 5 fights and lost 2 title shots. Got a title shot in 2020, title shot in 2022, and then expecting a title shot in 2024. I never said either one of those title shots aren't bullshit. I never said that you did. I'm just saying, based on what we've seen in the UFC, that's what I'm saying. I'm not advocating for it anyway. He just beat Beneil, so he earned it. Okay. Connor would tell you Chandler got the best top game. Yeah, especially in the NBA Finals bathroom. I'm just going to say lightweight is overrated, maybe. Perry versus Alvarez is fire. I don't care about bare knuckle at all. Joey the GOAT, thank you. Facts, Joey. What do people want Chandler to get a title shot? He would just lose. Yeah, I mean, I guess because he has that crazy explosive power. Yeah, right. I'm trying to see someone down the rankings get a title shot based on what happens with Strickland. Okay. Beneil isn't a top 10 fight. Dude, Beneil, definition of stuck in the mud. I'm telling you right now, definition of stuck in the mud. Definition of stuck in the mud. If Volk KOs Islam, the meat riding will be 10 times that of when Sean beat Izzy. I mean, I'm sure it will be. Why should Charles get an immediate title shot? I agree. Justin does. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't really think there's a clear-cut number one contender at lightweight, to be honest. I don't think there's a clear-cut. I don't think there's a clear-cut number one contender right now, to be honest. I think my dad Gramps has faster striking than Dariush. I talked about it in the lead up to the fight. Look, all I'm saying is I rate wins over Poirier and Fiziev higher than a win over Beneil. I agree. I think I'd vote Dricus number one contender. I'm actually making it. That's the video I'm going to make, the one I've been talking about. So, literally, Charles turned the lightweight division into a murky mess by beating all the top 5, and the idea of Islam fighting them isn't as exciting. Yeah, because Islam dominated Charles. If Islam loses, he shouldn't get a rematch only if he gets finished. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I don't know. I have to see exactly what happened before I could say whether or not he deserved a title shot. Usman is not injured. Done listening to all these MMA media making excuses about it. They all know Chimaev is about to embarrass Ragdoll Usman with zero resistance. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Usman's injured or not, but people acting like it's 100% certainty, you know, it's a little bit crazy to act like that on, you know, but I get it. I understand where it's coming from. I actually think he might be injured, though. Bantamweight fight to make right now. I want a Cody Garbrandt and Dominic Cruz, too. I swear if Gamrot gets a title shot next, ew. With Magny Malott booked, I have a weird feeling they're going to do Kevin Holland, Jeff Neal main event. Please stop. It blows my mind people are forgetting the Olives pull. Just because you pull out doesn't mean you don't deserve a shot. I hate this whole immediate rematch BS the UFC keeps throwing at us. I know what you mean. It gets old. Charles got to fight Gamrot and Gaethje gets the shot after Volk. That'd be crazy. If Usman beats Khamzat, will they claim PEDs? For sure. For sure. I think a lot of people are pissed about Dana saying number one contender fight because they don't want Usman to get it. If Usman gets a number one contender fight over Dricus, MMA fans' heads are going to explode. Which is hilarious because the lack of criticism of other undeserved title shots. Bro, I've been having arguments with people online saying Ortega Volk was a competitive fight. It's pissing me off. It wasn't a competitive fight, yeah. I hope you're agreeing with me. I've been saying that a million times. It wasn't a competitive fight. It was a domination. It was a one-sided beatdown. Let's just say Chimaev is injured then. Fair enough. Give Jeff his rematch with Holland at 185 since he can't make 170 these days. Sounds good. There's no way. Well, don't you tell me Wonderboy pulled out. There's no way. I don't believe that. Let me take a look. I don't see anything on Twitter. I don't see anything from any reliable sources on Twitter. So I'm not going to take your word for it. 0 people criticize Sean Strickland getting a title shot. Usman Def earned a fight over Dricus. He's a former pound for pound. JDM next fight. Jeff winner gets Luque. Sure, I like JDM versus Jeff Neal. That's the fight that I would like. If they do Khamzat, Sean Strickland, who does Dricus fight in the meantime? Probably maybe Jarrett Cannonier if he's available. I don't know. That's maybe I would think. You're becoming too much of a Chad. Slow it down. You think Wonderboy gets completely demolished by Shavkat? Probably TKO'd would be my guess. Are you making the fight clock in the middle for the main card? If I have time to make all the graphics, I just got to make all the different name graphics. So hopefully, but I don't know, dude. I gotta set up my stream deck. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But hopefully, this is what it's going to look like. Even though I had people mad, people complaining about it. This is what I made. This is probably going to be the clock for the fight night stream. Boom, boom, right there. And I might do this. Have the UFC, just have UFC in there just for the hell of it. I think it looks pretty good. It's not super distracting. And it's easy to find the fight you want to find for rewatchers. That's the point of it. So I just got to make all the graphics. Hopefully I do, but it's just time consuming. Oh shit, Wonderboy did pull out? No, the fuck he didn't, dude. Stop. Stop, JJ. No, he didn't. I don't believe you. Can you pause the clock for nut shots? I can't figure out how to do it, dude. I have no idea how to do it. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You have to understand, it's just a timer that restarts every single time that you start it or stop it. You go to properties, and there's no way to change it. I don't know. And I need it to restart every time I use it too. So I don't know. That's something I have to work on. It's annoying, but it's not the biggest of deals. But yeah, there's no way to pause it for whatever reason. It just automatically restarts every time I turn it off and turn it back on. And that's just the way it works in OBS for whatever reason. Let's see if I look at filters. That has nothing to do with it. Effect filters. Yeah, I have no idea. So, don't even make a clock for when Simon fights, when he fights again. I know, dude. I know. Nice clock, man. Yeah. Okay, where was I at? Joe, what's it called? I'll try to Google and see how to do it. It's on OBS. It's a timer on OBS. And I even tried, like I was going to record the timer and then be able to hopefully pause it, but it was just resetting somehow. So even as a video file, because right now this is an independent element that I put on OBS. It's not like a video file. Even with a video file, it's hard to figure out the pause and resume. Did Grant Dawson ever wake up? Maybe. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. He's still sleeping at the Apex. Can you explain how people say Bilal's in a draw for a title fight, but all of a sudden rankings matter when it comes to Usman Khamzat? Dude, the video, that's the video I'm making tonight, bro. Nice clock, dude. Didn't expect it to be so nice. Thank you. I'm glad you really like my clock. I'm glad you really like my clock. Nate was begging for a rematch. Jake Paul. Oh. Yeah, dude. I don't know what to tell you about that one. I don't want to see it. I don't care for it. Did you see Volk Boston Crab? Yeah. Yep, I did see that. It's pretty funny. You have a nice long clock? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys all admiring my clock. I mean, thank you. Axel Fox, thank you for the $7.99 Australian. Do you think the UFC will hold pay-per-view events for when George Piro's waterboarding fighters to get them to admit what they're taking? Serious though, UFC L. I hope so. I want to see George Piro waterboarding fighters to find out what they're taking. That's what I would like to see. Joey loves pleasing us with his nice clock. Yes, I do. Nice long, elongated, nice wide clock. Super wide clock. It only lasts 5 minutes, but it's wide. But thank you, Axel Fox. I hope there is pay-per-views. I would like it maybe a Rumble exclusive. Maybe a Rumble exclusive. George Piro interrogation. I think I would like that. Usman is a former champ and number one pound for pound. That's why the rankings didn't matter. Yeah, I agree. Usman isn't pound for pound. He's still pound for pound. Yo, Axel Fox, nice clock with the long socks. What's the next movie you're watching for your membership? forgot that. Killers of Flower Moon. Killers of Flower Moon. Gonna be a straight banger. Can't wait to go see it. I thought about going to see it Friday, but it's a long ass movie, and I do my pre-fight stream on Friday, so it's like it kind of screws up my whole weekend if I do that and sets me back. So I'll have to maybe see it next week or maybe Thursday. Mike Bell or Chris Lee? I'll take Mike Bell. I'll just take Mike Bell. All I'm saying is have that same energy and Belal in the draw as apply the same logic to Usman Khamzat title. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. We're going to examine some title shots in this video. We're going to examine some title shots. Because everyone's outraged that the winner of Usman Khamzat is promised a title shot. I truly believe it's only because they're worried about Usman getting it. Do you know the level of outrage if Usman skips over Duplessis for a title shot? If it's Khamzat, it won't be as bad. If it's Khamzat, it won't be as bad. But the reason they think that is because the thought of Usman potentially getting a title shot. They don't care about a meritocracy any other time. And I want Dricus to get the title shot. I agree Dricus could get the title shot. But I told you guys for so long, it's a slippery slope. You give the UFC a pass over and over and over again. Pass for this, a pass for that. Oh, Merab doesn't deserve it. He doesn't have an aesthetically fan-friendly fight style. He's not a draw. Bilal's not a draw. Then don't complain when you've given the UFC a pass. You've absolved them of any wrongdoing. There's no backlash when fighters you like who don't deserve title fights get title fights. You make excuses for it. You're an apologist for it. But then when potentially a fighter you hate might get a title shot over a fighter you like and it's undeserved, all of a sudden you want to cry about meritocracy. So, yeah. At least you are consistent with title shot logic, unlike Colby fans. Yeah. The clock was hung. Thank you. I don't want either of them getting a title shot. I want Dricus to get the shot. Okay, fair enough. Usman and Chimaev are stars. Those kind of fights are rare. Belal is a, I don't know what that means, and boring soft belly. Okay. To be honest, Merab has himself to blame. He wasn't talking at all when Aljo was champ, and now he's acting like he deserves the world. I don't understand that logic, though. He was never in line to fight Aljo. He was never #1 contender while Aljo did not have a fight available. Aljo was always booked. So I'm going to talk about it in my video. Usman has more credibility for a title shot than Khamzat does. In my opinion, Khamzat still has more work to do. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just laughing. I mean, I get a kick out of it because it's just like the hypocrisy is crazy. It's just, it only matters what fans are saying. It only matters when fighters I don't like potentially get title shots over fighters I like. To be honest, okay, at least, okay, crazy predictions, but Usman by finish, he makes it look easy. That would be insanity. That'd be straight up insanity. Straight up insanity. Could you imagine Usman just brutally KOs him? Khamzat ain't done shit for a #1 contender fight. I know. But he's a draw. He's a draw. Volk said he's going in for a kill. Would that be style similar to how Charles fights? I think he's probably just lying, honestly, but I don't know. But yes, that's what he means. Hot take, Patty becomes a star if he KOs Tony. Oh, God, stop. Same dude saying Dricus better get the shot or the one saying Stipe Jones fight to make. Believe me, I know. I've been wanting to make that video for a week, but I just haven't had time with all the predictions. So hopefully I make it tonight after the stream. People obsessed that Aljo should fight Merab. And there was never an opportunity for Merab to even fight Aljo. Who can you compare Islam's title reign to? There's really no one to compare it to right now. You think Conor fights Chandler and he wins, he gets an immediate title shot? If he wants it. He might not want it because he might not want to get dominated, but if he wants it, he will get it. I have a feeling Usman wants to prove something. He's going to catch Khamzat early. That'd be crazy if he just sleeps Khamzat in the first round. But yeah, I'm next in line for the middleweight belt. Oh no. I just thought if Kamaru skips over Dricus, oh my, the African narrative's coming back. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Claudio Puelles is going to step in. Yeah. Same dude. Sick of seeing Big names skip so many people. I know. It's annoying. Dricus versus Sean in December, then Khamzat Usman winner versus the champ. I wouldn't mind that, but it's not ever going to happen. When in December are you going to do it? The year's already filled up. The year is already filled up, my friend. I have a feeling Kamaru will surprise us this weekend. That would be straight up insanity. That would be straight up insanity. But that's what happens with these that's what happens when you have these last minute fights. Sometimes you have moments that you just would have never expected it to happen. Patty's in. Dricus versus Sean will have much views. Do you believe Izzy is taking a break for his health? Or do you think it's because he doesn't think like... I don't think Izzy's taking that long of a break. For Izzy, a 6-month break is a long break. So people keep acting like Izzy's taking off for years. He's going to take off for like 6 months. He'll probably fight the end of 2024. They're already booking fights in 2024, I know. You think Usman loses if he stays at 185? Yes. Islam recently stated on his Instagram that Khabib has always been training and could take on Sean Strickland today. I wonder why he brings this up all of a sudden. I have no clue. The only reason Usman Khamzat getting a title shot is because Izzy's taking time off. No, it's really because Khamzat is a budding star. Usman's an actual draw over Colby, to be honest. Is more of a draw than Colby. And the UFC likes Usman because he's a company man. Usman was mentally shook after the first KO. He seemed nervous wreck in the second fight. Hopefully he shook that shit off or he's in trouble this weekend. We shall see. Anyone hear about the UFC hired a fan to be matchmaker? I did see that. Which is crazy awesome for that guy. Talk about a dream. I mean, imagine ending up like that. Imagine you play the little fantasy matchmaker and you end up as a legit matchmaker as your job. That's insanity. What is somebody sending me? All right. Joe, if he comes back for middleweight strap, could you see him get an instant title shot? 100% he would get an instant title shot. How big of a fan do you think Khabib corner Islam would be? How big of a difference do you think Khabib corner Islam would be? I don't know if it would be that big of a difference, dude. I'm going to Cali for an extra few days, so I'm going to need some extra pleasure while I'm away. Okay. Make sure you watch all the videos, dude. There's so many videos out. There's so many videos out on the channel right now. It's unbelievable. I mean, you basically have unlimited content. I mean, the 294 content has been insanity. It's just been non-stop. Dana really hired that fan that made Cody Bryan. Yeah, supposedly. I'm legit worried for Usman. It could be the end of Usman's career. Leon is underrated. I believe he beats everyone at welterweight. I don't know. Maybe he does. I think he could very well, but I would probably pick Shavkat over him. I pick Shavkat over him. I'm a believer in Shavkat Rakhmonov. I'm a big believer in Shavkat Rakhmonov. So I might pick Shavkat over Leon. We couldn't imagine what 294 would become. Remember how we had to trudge through 293? Ew. Yeah, 293 was an ugly son of a bitch. And then 294 was so far away, and now it's here already. Usman versus Burns did 500K. Meanwhile, Colby versus Masvidal did under 400K. Yeah, and Usman versus Masvidal 1 and 2 did like over $1 million or close to $1 million. I don't think Usman retires this weekend no matter what. I don't think Usman retires this weekend. I think he'll fight a couple more fights, even if he loses. Even if he loses, I think he'll get a couple more fights. But we'll see. Imagine Shavkat's the welterweight champion, Khamzat's the middleweight champion. They both fight each other undefeated versus undefeated. Usman Masvidal 1 did 1.3 and second fight did 700K. Thank you for filling me in. Thank you for filling me in, bro. I would have to look it up, but I knew they both did really good. Usman sleeping Masvidal made me feel so good inside. I'm glad that tickled you on the inside, bro. I'm glad that tickled you on the inside. Bo Nickel beats everyone. I like how Bo Nickel said they're protecting Khamzat from him when really they're protecting him from Khamzat. That's the funniest thing. That's the funniest part about the whole damn thing. But somehow Colby's a pay-per-view monster according to fans. I know. I could see Usman sticking around way too long. Hope not. I could see that too. I could see that too. If Chimaev loses, where does he go from here? Dude, if Chimaev loses, the UFC will probably rebuild him. They'll give him a couple matchups that are easy wins. But it's not going to be a good look. If he loses, does he even enter the rankings at middleweight? I don't know what happens. It's going to be interesting. But he's still young. Yeah, he's still young. So he could... Khamzat Chimaev will be all right, but it won't be good. It won't be great for him. If Usman loses his only fun fight like Wonderboy fight Whitaker Vittori, who wants to see him fight Wonderboy? If Khamzat wins and he gets the next title shot, I think he beats Strickland, yes. I would pick Khamzat over Strickland, for sure. Do you think Ilya was ready for Volk so early in his career? Do you think a fight with Holloway is a better test for him? No, I'd rather him fight Volk. If he may lose to Max Holloway, I don't feel like that's an easy fight. I don't feel like that helps him prepare longer. You know, he could end up taking a lot of damage from Holloway. Poor Strickland, he just got the belt. I know, and he's going to have to fight Khamzat. Khamzat already said I'm levels above him. I'm ready to take him out if that's what the UFC offers me, which is crazy. Khamzat versus Izzy has to happen. That's the fight that everyone wanted for so long, and now it's never happening. Well, not for so long, but once Khamzat said he's coming up, that's the fight that's a massive fight we were looking forward to in 2024. If Khamzat loses, he might have to just fight in the rankings like everyone else. Yeah, for sure. I don't see Usman being a former dominant champ hanging it up after a short notice fight. That's no way. I agree. I would agree. Do you remember the world exploded when Islam got a title shot at 280? Agreed. I do remember that. I talked about it in ad nauseum. How long of a losing streak do you think Usman can go on before he retires? 4-fight losing streak. Or 5-fight losing streak. Is MMA Mania a legit source? Yes. I'm like 95% sure. They're pretty legit. Do you think Izzy beating Khamzat in his return fight? I don't know anymore. I don't know. I would probably, right now, I'd probably say no. But before he lost to Strickland, I would definitely say yes. It'd be very interesting. That's a matchup I want to see at some point in time. That's a fight I want to see at some point in time. I actually think Izzy beats Khamzat, but at welterweight, I believe Khamzat is a nightmare at welterweight, even a bad match. I was going to pick Khamzat over Leon. Damn, Usman about to be a 3 when he gets KO'd by Khamzat, then 4 when he gets subbed by Shavkat. If he fights Khamzat and then Shavkat, that's the worst matchmaking ever. Damn, Beneil Arman is official for December 2nd because they just posted it. Yeah, I talked about that earlier in the stream. Were you not listening? Were you not listening? Were you not paying attention? Days. Jeez Louise, days. Welterweight is a mess. That is true. Usman should retire if he loses to Khamzat. The road back to the title is too long at 170. Yeah, but he still can collect them paychecks. And it's never that long, dude. It's never that long. You never know. If Colby beats Leon, dude, Usman could get a title shot right away. Basically. Trilogy. I think Colby could beat Leon so Khamzat runs through him. I pick Khamzat, but I would wonder about him gassing out. I think the winner of Usman Khamzat gets the next title shot. And Izzy fights Dricus for next contender. Izzy's returning to a title fight. I guarantee you that. Is Sean beating Izzy more surprising than Nate beating Conor, in your opinion? Yes. I picked Nate. I picked Izzy. So Sean beating Izzy is more surprising to me. Yeah, welterweight's a disaster. I agree with you on that one. Welterweight is just some absolute tomfoolery. And I'm quite frankly sick of it. Dude, Beneil versus Arman's a good fight. A good fight. So we got quite a few fight announcements. Arman versus Beneil, and we got Mike Malott versus Neil Magny in his hairline. Dricus ain't waiting for Izzy at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder who they're going to make Dricus fight. Because Jarrett Cannonier is fighting Roman Dolidze, right? Right, and that's in December, right? If I'm not mistaken. They may do... I don't know. They're going to make Dricus fight someone else, I'm telling you. But Neil Arman won't main event. I saw that too. Thank you for filling me in. Even if Khamzat Gas is out versus Colby, are we going to bank on Colby, finish him in the later rounds? He's not a finisher. Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to say. Usman could have always been a gatekeeper if that was where he is in his career. That's true. I just don't see Colby beating Leon. I doubt it. But I don't know, man. Colby will just win the fight by not fighting. Should have made Garbrandt versus Raul. That would have been interesting. I wanted Garbrandt versus Cruz too. Has heavyweight always been the most inactive division when it comes to undisputed title bouts? It seems like it. When I first started watching, there was always injuries at heavyweight, and there was like one fight a year. So yes. And even when Stipe was a champ, him and DC were fighting once a year, every year for 3 years. DDP versus Paulo Costa in 2024. I see it. That could be the fight they book. That'd be a big fight. I thought Usman beat Leon, so Colby winning is possible. There you go. I think it is very possible. Where do you rank Mighty Mouse in GOAT discussion? Top 5, top 6. Dricus has Izzy running for his life. I doubt it. No, I have to watch Cody get starched by a high schooler. I will literally take a toaster bath. Imagine Raul just sleeps in bad. Imagine Raul just absolutely sleeps in bad. Costa versus Holland? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Even if you KO Colby, it's a bad stoppage according to fans. Toaster bath. Funny they gave Cody Kelleher. Dude's a bum. Kelleher's not that great. I wouldn't say he's like a straight up bum. But it's definitely supposed to be an easy fight for Cody Garbrandt. But so is Trevin Jones. So I could see Kelleher chinning Garbrandt. I dead serious could see Garbrandt losing and ending his career. Ashu Jubilee versus Mike Breeden 294 predictions. I got Jubilee. I think he wins with his grappling with rather ease. Why do people call flyweight the victim weight class? You're not cool. DJ would break your arms. I don't know what you mean by that. Do you have a prediction for O'Malley Vera? I'm probably going O'Malley. I don't know how I'm picking him, but I'm probably going O'Malley. EPO TJ took Cody's chin? Exactly. EPO TJ took Cody's chin. Disgusting behavior by TJ Dillashaw. I always knew TJ Dillashaw was on EPO. I knew it. I don't know how it took it so long. I don't know how it took him so long to catch him. I'd be happy to see Cody and Dom run it back. Fight actually makes sense for both of them in the same point in their career. Yeah, I thought it made sense. I was hoping they were going to make that. Cody Death fell from grace. Yeah, I agree. Colby loses to Leon, makes weight as a backup for 294 and gets title shot in 2025. Stop. Please, no. Did you watch the Hendon Barao era? Yes. Dude was defending the interim belt multiple times until they finally made him the undisputed champ, and I think he lost it right away. Does UFC 294 will be unpredictable more than other events? It could very well be. Why do you think Aldo stopped leg kicking considering his leg kicks in time? I don't know. More people addressing him. I don't know. Maybe tired of throwing him. Maybe injuries. It could be a litany of reasons. It's hard to say. But that's the way it goes. So it's hard to believe Aldo retired. Aldo was still pretty good when he left. He wasn't like some bum or something. Everyone thought it was going to be his burial. at bantamweight. It looked like he should have been at bantamweight the whole time. I always thought we'd see him at lightweight. We never saw him at lightweight. Which is crazy. I think O'Malley choosing Chito may bite him in the ass. Chito may finish him. Aldo was still good. Aldo shouldn't have retired. I'm happy to see him ride off into the sunset. Islam could move up and fight welterweight champ if he defends a few times. Him and Leon, Khamzat, Usman, Shavkat, and Dubai would be craziness. But some of those guys are middleweights. One of those guys is. Two of them are fighting a middleweight next. What do you think is the best card this year? We've had some steaming piles of shit. I don't know, dude. It's hard to say. I'm going to say 296 right now, just from pure quality standpoint. It's really, really good. The depth of 296. It doesn't have like that massive fight, but it's really stacked with quality fight after quality fight. Aljo just stopped being aggressive at some point. He did. I will literally shit myself with laughter if Cheeto brutally KOs O'Malley. Oh my God. That will be the most hilarious thing ever. I will literally die laughing as well. I will die laughing as well. It would be so damn funny. Oh my goodness. It would be so funny. Well, you know what's crazy, guys? I don't mean to change the topic that quick. 295 is literally right around the corner. 295 is literally right around the corner. Does anybody realize that? It's 3 weeks from Saturday. It's literally right around the corner. I don't know how that's even possible. If Islam wins at 294, he will have more official title fights than Olives, but people will genuinely not want to believe that. I know. I know, bro. You're preaching to the choir. I can't believe it's UFC 294 fight week. Who remembers the live stream we were on? Let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know which one it was. Let's go to playlist. We were live for a live chat, right? That's not it. We were live for a stream, and they announced UFC 294. I think it was this one. I think it was this one. Let's see. That's crazy. That was 2 months ago. That was July 19th. I went back and just looked, found it. That was a crazy live stream. We had like 300 people in there. I'm going to be rooting for Leon so badly so Colby can finally go away. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Why do I feel like people underwrite Leon Edwards? I think he's going to beat the piss out of Colby. I don't know. Who'd you pick for the 229 main event? I picked Habib Nurmagomedov. But yeah, people do underrate Leon for sure. They were saying he didn't deserve a title shot when he got it. I was looking forward to 295, but it's saying it's kind of relying on the main and co-main. I know, though, bro. 295 isn't that stacked. It's all right, but it's not that stacked. My best mate's fave fight is Cheeto, and he's stoked when Sugar won and called out Cheeto. Might be Cheeto's only path to a belt, even if he isn't well-rounded enough. He can definitely KO O'Malley. Oh, he definitely can, and he's super durable and has 5-round cardio. I remember that stream just like yesterday. That's crazy. I know. I remember seeing it. It was like, oh shit, 294 announced. If the COVID shutdown didn't happen, Aldo and Henry would have fought for the belt instead of Cruz. Do you think Aldo would have won? I think it's very possible, but I wouldn't have been confident. And at the time, I would have picked him, but I wouldn't have been. Now, looking back now, I wouldn't be that confident. Is it a hot take to say that if Islam loses, I don't think it reflects poorly on him, given Volk is already considered one of the greatest of all times? I agree, but others will not. I've been a fan of Leon ever since the 3-piece Minnesota incident. I want Leon to fight Jorge instead of Jorge versus Nate. Yeah, it's crazy that fight never happened. It's crazy that fight never happened. People wanted that fight. It never happened. People were saying Leon is scared of Colby. That's crazy. If Beneil Arman not main event, what is the main event? It has to be a title fight? No, I don't think so. It might be Moreno versus, what's his name? I forgot his name that quick. Amir Albazi. Moreno main event in Texas. That's what it may be. Remember the T-Mobile Arena Leakin Jones Gone fight? Dana was heated. Yes, I do. That was hilarious. People were saying Leon was scared. I already read that. Do you think Yoel Romero was the best at all time at eating unchecked head kicks? Yes. There's no checking. Albazi versus France wasn't a robbery. I thought France won, but I remember it being pretty close. I don't know. I don't really remember, honestly. That fight was so forgettable. They could have done a fight night card in Abu Dhabi next to me. Okay. I don't doubt. They're always going to do pay-per-views there. Moreno versus Albazi is not a main event. Okay. I'm just guessing, dude. I'm just giving out a guess. It may end up being Jarrett Cannonier versus Roman Dolidze. Would be my guess then. Ciryl Gane is so damn good. It was a robbery 4-1. Kai isn't a bad scorecard. I don't remember what my thoughts were initially. Moreno's low-key a star. He's a bigger draw than Colby. Probably. Thoughts on Bo Nickal saying he wished the UFC would... Dude, he's full of shit. These dudes say this. It's the old hold me back routine. Hold me back. Hold me back. Hold me back. A lot of people cried about the decision. Do you remember what my initial take on it was? I don't remember. I don't think I thought it was a robbery. I think I thought it went to Kai, but it's not the worst ever. Do you think we'll ever get to see 12-6 elbow soccer kicks in the UFC? No. It'll be around forever. Khamzat would literally murder Bo. I agree. Bo doesn't realize he's the one being protected, and he's just out there talking mad shit, acting like people are protecting him. You said it could go either way. Okay, I thought so, but I couldn't remember. Dude, I think about so much shit when it comes to fights. It's hard for me to remember my take on every single fight ever, especially one from a while ago that was kind of forgettable. If that makes sense. Bo also said he wanted to take his time in the UFC and build his resume. Sounds about right. I thought France beat Albazi, but it's funny how fans rioted about that and then was quiet when Askar was robbed. So, your initial take was it was ridiculous that people were calling it a robbery and you're getting tired. Yeah, every fight is not a robbery. Every fight is not a robbery. Bo Nickal kept saying keeping him away from Khamzat and his next fight will be Muradov on Brundage. Yeah, Bo will probably take on Brundage next. But you like this move? Bo will probably take on Brundage next. I think Gane versus Jones 2 would be a much different fight. I would like to see that at some point. Not right now, though. But it's never going to happen because Jones ain't going to be around for that much longer, it doesn't seem like. Do you think Valentina is washed up now? No, I think she won that fight. Can't believe people thought Abazi beat Kai Kara France. I thought it was a competitive fight, so I don't know. It's only a robbery when a fighter you dislike wins. That is true. That is true. Khamzat ragdoll Strickland, but would have been a competitive fight against DDP. Now I think Strickland and Khamzat beat DDP. Sure, it will be. Jones would sub me even faster, probably. Jones is actually unbeatable, literally. I don't know about that. What did you think of Chad Mendez's performance against Volk? I think I actually thought Mendez was going to win that fight, maybe. I don't remember for sure. But I thought it was a good win. I thought Volk was a good prospect at the time. And he went out there and wrecked him. I might even picked Volk. I don't remember at this point. Man, forget. Joey, we all forget. Volk pulled at Charles. Volk said he couldn't make it to Abu Dhabi because of elbow surgery and the birth of his daughter, but here we are. Ciryl Gane was really reaching for a Kimura defense instead of fighting the hands and when getting choked. Absolutely rookie era. His grappling isn't that good. Ciryl Gane's grappling isn't that good. I gave it to Kai, but it was ridiculous to say the first two rounds couldn't have gone either way. I don't even remember anymore. Mendez has almost beat all the legends. It's crazy that Volk beat Mendez and Aldo. Mendez is a monster, dude. Has stayed amazing, honestly. If DDP takedowns are stuffed, he's screwed. I think Khamzat would ragdoll and finish DDP. Bad. But maybe we'll see. Joey, I believe you look at Ciryl Gane playtime on FIFA 2020. Okay, I don't know. I thought Kai barely beat Albazi, but the fan backlash was nuts. Fair enough. I remember there was a lot of backlash. If Jones had just one more fight against Stipe, who would you like to see him against? Pavlovich. I think Strickland is definitely a harder fight for Khamzat than DDP. Agreed, dude. DDP is like hit or miss. It's weird. A Javier Mendez clip in Discord has me dying. Bro was really tearing up. I didn't even see it. Where was it at? You have to tag me in it. Thoughts of Giga Josh Emmett on December 16th? Josh Emmett's an old man. I think Giga probably beats him. Mendez is my all-time favorite. Fair enough. Jay, remember when... Dude, the Mendez-Aldo fights were incredible. Jay, remember when Frankie Edgar KO'd Mendez and never fought Conor? Yes, I do. That was crazy. I thought Mendez was going to win that fight. It was like a right hand. Just caught him squatting and just slept him. Shut the lights off. Kaio versus Abus, who you got announced for November. I think Abus is a far better fighter, to be honest, but he has no gas tank. So I don't trust him. DDP loses until he doesn't. That is very true. Rodriguez way too big to get ragdolled against Khamzat. Look what Darren Till was doing him in the second round, dude. One of the reasons why I'm such a Team Khabib fan. I haven't seen it. Kaio mauls Abus. Dude, Abus was mauling Sean in the first round. DDP is the most underrated fighter on the roster. How he hit and miss. He hasn't lost a fight. Because he looked like shit in every single fight except the Whitaker fight. Abus on EPO, best middleweight, 100%. Power Slap video on Facebook has 1.3 million views, but only 23 likes. Dana paying bots to boost? Probably. DDP is rightly underrated. He has one good fight. Yeah. I'm not convinced that DDP is even good. You can't convince me that Dricus du Plessis is even good. You just can't. I can't be convinced of it. I just can't be convinced of it at all. But I can't believe we've already been on for 2 hours. Guys, I'm going to try to make a video. I may release it before I go to bed. I don't know. It depends how long it takes me to record it. But it shouldn't be that long. And then maybe I'll release it if I can get it done by like 12:30. Might release it. I'm debating. Kaio is going to be shooting early on a boost. I could honestly see a boost losing the first round. I doubt it. Dude, a boost shot through Sean Strickland in the first round, took his back. I think Marvin can beat DDP. I think it's possible. What's up, Joey? What's up, Andrew? When's the press conference? I have no idea. Derek, the elderly man, almost finished DDP. Never forget. I actually picked Derek in that fight, too. Vittori will beat DDP 100%. I don't know about all that. Late AF. Yes, you are. I only think DDP would beat anyone at middleweight just because he's bad that pulls victories from the jaws of defeat. He's like the Tim Tebow of MMA. Dricus is the Tim Tebow of MMA. Looks like shit, but somehow pulls off victories. Dricus looks better every time. I was doubting him, though. Yeah, he's definitely improved. Doubt Strickland was thinking about the takedown or grappling threat from Abus. Well, he was getting out struck badly in the first round, too. So, all right, guys, I'm going to try to record a video before I go to sleep. Might be released tonight, might be released tomorrow. If you guys would like to see something beautiful, first off, like this stream on the way out, okay? Second off, I want to get a 13K before maybe the end of the month. That'd be crazy. That's a crazy goal. But I want to get a 15K before the end of the year. So subscribe. You may think you're subscribed and you're not subscribed. But subscribe to the channel. If you want to see my full breakdown of Usman versus Chimaev, okay? There it is. In the description of that video, it has my entire UFC 294 playlist. So, if I was from the future and told you one of these statements are true, which would you believe? Ilya beat Volk, Usman became champion again, or Oliveira reclaimed the belt? I'd say Oliveira reclaimed the belt. Thanks for the live stream, bro. No problem. Run up the likes on the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Go watch my Khamzat Usman full breakdown and prediction. I also have a Volkanovski versus Islam full breakdown and prediction, and a bunch of other UFC 294 content you can easily find on the channel. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and I may have a video before the end of the night. Good night, goodbye, and I'll talk to you later.